Hello and welcome to our second MotoGP team launch of the 2026 season. It is going to be a very fun afternoon. Yesterday we'd already welcomed into the 2026 season our first team. Now it's time for our second one. It is the VR46 squad, of course. Get your comments sent in, let us know your thoughts and just how excited you are for what is going to be a very memorable 2026 season. The Valentino Rossi 46 squad are the ones that get to be unveiled today, and after yesterday's first look at Toprak Razgatlioglu in MotoGP colours, it's going to be a season to remember. Way to go, Fabio de Gian Antonio from Indonesia. Yep, get your support in, get your comments sent in. It is going to be very good indeed this season. I can already feel it coming. Favourite team colour? Well, let's wait and see what they've got this year. Let's not forget last year there were some subtle changes. Let's see exactly what we get for 2026. One thing I'm sure there's plenty of, though, is that fluorescent yellow. You do join myself, Kiko Giles, for today's livery unveiling. We've got quite a few to get through. All the teams will be unveiling their colours at some point this season. As I said, we already had Pramac yesterday. Today it is the turn of VR46. Tomorrow I'm back again, this time with Aprilia. Then it's Ducati, Yamaha and Trackhouse on the same day, the 21st for both of the factory team of Yamaha and Trackhouse Aprilia. Both KTM teams will be done on the 27th of January. The final day of the month welcomes Grassini Racing in the BK8 squad. The start of February, LCR Honda. And then the last one, it is the factory team launch. But today, very much the VR46 day. And now we are very much back, full attention turning to VR46. We are on site as well as here in MotoGP HQ. Over there in Rome, you can see Connor Doherty ready and waiting. Very picturesque city is Rome. Connor, how's it feeling over there, mate?
It's feeling absolutely spectacular, Kiko. So great to hear from you as well. It's absolutely incredible here. Obviously, Rome, the eternal city. We're here on one of the 7 hills of Rome, and you can see behind me we've got St. Peter's Basilica. We've got all of the emblems of what is an incredible city, and we're going to be seeing an incredible presentation here as well. Behind me, we've got so many interesting buildings and everything we're going to be seeing inside as well. Villa Miani it's called, and VR46 couldn't have chosen a better place to stage something like this. It feels more like an affair of state. We've got representatives from the Indonesian embassy, obviously the sponsors Pertamina and everything like that, so it's going to be absolutely incredible, Kiko.
I know you've been there for some time, Connor, already in the early hours of this morning. What's the atmosphere like for the VR46 launch this season? Very different to last year's.
I think so, and one of the reasons why is because Valentino Rossi will in fact be in attendance. We'll try and hear from him as soon as we can, when we can pinch him for a moment, because he's obviously going to be very busy indeed. But the atmosphere has been building and building here, and it's going to keep growing until the presentation kicks off. It's tremendously exciting.
Connor, thank you very much. We will be back in touch with you very soon, I'm sure. Thank you very much for that. Guys, keep your comments coming in. Of course, as Connor correctly says, Valentino Rossi is actually there this year. Very exciting times. The rider lineup, I suppose, unlike the livery, will remain unchanged. More on that in a moment. Don't forget, you'll be able to see all the riders out in anger in Kuala Lumpur. Last year we had our first ever season launch. That came from Bangkok. KLCC hosts MotoGP's 2026 season launch. That's coming up on the 7th of February. If you can't be there pitch side, make sure you do follow all of the stories right across the MotoGP social channels. Good morning, Kiko. Good morning to you, Stumpy421. Hello from Rhode Island, USA. We have a lot of fans from Rhode Island in the USA. Always great to welcome you guys. I can't wait to see the new livery. Thank you for that one, Nicholas Alvaro -1 L1Z, is that? Yes, I think so. My eyesight failing. From Belgium. Thank you very much for that, Michael. We are all very much excited, not just for the livery, but to also see the riders. Of course, we have been in hibernation for quite a while now in the off-season of MotoGP. We are still waiting for our first track action, but seeing bikes and their colours, that's always the first little warm-up. We have a poll open, so please do send in your opinions. We do read all your comments. We do even read some of them out. Which rider do you think will perform better in 2026? Fabio Di Giannantonio or Franco Morbidelli? Both riders had a podium at least last year. It was, though, Fabio Di Giannantonio who did pip Morbidelli to top VR46 Ducati. He was only around 30 points off the number 63 of Pecco Bagnaia in the factory squad. So Fabio Di Giannantonio coming on song rather well in 2025. He'll be looking just to probably notch up a victory for 2026. Of course, the last year of the current regulations. He obviously stays with Franco Morbidelli this year. Frankie leading laps, if you remember, back in Qatar last year. Yet, though, to get that victory for VR46. Good morning from Nigeria, another new country, or at least new comments from a new country coming in. I said yesterday, let's see exactly how many countries we can hear from throughout the course of these team launches. Great to have an audience from West Africa joining us on what is this very exciting Wednesday morning for the VR46 launch. Let's go, Dija and Frankie from Malaysia. See you in Sepang and KL next month. Don't forget the pre-season testing gets underway as well in February. We'll have the shakedown test, which neither of these riders will be at, but then it is our first real track action in Anga. All of the full-time riders, plus a few test riders, will be out there indeed for the Sepang test. Then we have a little break. It's not quite like last year where we went back to back with the testing. We will have a break, and then we're in Buriram the weekend before the main season gets underway, and then of course it's lights out. We go green for 2026, 22 rounds of the most exciting sport on earth. Which rider do you think will perform better in 2026? That's our first question to you guys this morning. So far, the majority of you saying Fabio Di Giannantonio, 37% of you saying Franco Morbidelli. It is normally pretty even in terms of the VR46 camp. Don't forget Di Giannantonio moving into that squad last year, and really looking if Frankie Morbidelli in his second season to see if maybe Morbidelli can just get a few more podiums. It was a little bit barren at times last year. Obviously, we can't forget about Qatar's amazing performance. But besides that, we did lack highlights for Frankie Morbidelli. Here he is on screen. The footage we're showing you is from the Valencia test at the end of 2025, just a couple of days after the end of Valencia. I can actually tell you this is from Buriram, but never mind. We're going to be showing you footage of the 2025 season in whole. Frankie took a couple of races this year. Bold claim, big question mark about this, because not so much about Frankie, but it's about him getting in that, say, lead group, that top 3-4 positions that we became accustomed to seeing. Marc Marquez, Alex Marquez, Pedro Acosta, and let's not forget Marco Bezzecchi. He gets his livery revealed tomorrow. Bezzecchi was in this VR46 team and a Grand Prix winner with them, don't forget. Let's see if Frankie can make that step, can bridge that gap along with Fabio Di Giannantonio. Both riders, as I said, on the podium last year, front rows, lots of small highlights, but just lacking perhaps those big results, those big 20, 25 point scoring rides, maybe even a sprint victory. But Morbidelli, in his first year in the VR46 camp, coming good. It's his third on Ducati machinery, of course. Don't forget he was already in Pramac back in 2024, but it is his second in the VR46 team. Frankie Morbidelli, as you can see, I think he'd obviously thrown it down the road at that point where we caught him, just chucking out some stones from his glove. But very excited to see what both of these riders can do this year. Of course, there are 6 Ducatis on the grid, 2 in the factory team, Marc and Pecco. Then it's Alex Marquez and Fermin Aldeguer. We're sending big wishes and get well soon to Fermin, because if you have been somewhat out of the loop over the last couple of weeks, he picked up an injury during testing, and a broken leg it is for him. The recovery is underway already, but we are just a couple of weeks away, of course, from Gresini's very own team launch at the very end of January, the 31st of January, of which it is going to be underway, and then we're into testing. So Fermin Aldeguer starting his season far from ideally, and then of course the 2 VR46 Ducatis in the lineup that does remain unchanged. As I said, Fabio Gianantonio and Franco Morbidelli following on from last year. Now, of course, if you are new to MotoGP, there is no better way to experience it trackside, but with some of the best hospitality in the world. Of course, it is MotoGP Premiere, packed full of amazing hospitality, and I'm saying that drinks, food, you've got Q&As, you get to meet the riders, meet all of the staff behind the scenes as well, meet the big names in the sport. MotoGP Premiere, it's at every single MotoGP event, so wherever you fancy taking a little holiday and a MotoGP break, make sure you do it in style with MotoGP Premiere. As you can see, Connor is ready and waiting in Rome. What's the latest, Connor?
Well, the latest is that I have managed to change my technical gear, so now I can hear you again. And I just wanted to touch on what I was mentioning before, that this is very much an event that appears to be more of dignitaries than anything else. It's absolutely spectacular. If we can go a bit to our left, we can see just what a wonderful building this is, if you come with me here. And it's almost as if it was an embassy above Rome, looking out over everything else. And we were talking earlier about just how incredible the atmosphere is. Is it building? Well, this is really, really growing now.
Connor, just before you do go, obviously you said a lot about the dignitaries, but the rider lineup remains unchanged for 2026. We saw plenty of success in terms of podiums, front rows last year across both Digia and Frankie Morbidelli. What can we expect this year from them? Is it possible that they can be fighting for victories week in, week out, or is that still a bit of an ask?
I think if we treat the question honestly, it's going to be very difficult for them to compete maybe with the top Ducatis in terms of Marc Marquez, but where do they want to be? Who are they going to be measuring themselves against? I mean, VR46 this year needs to be trying to finish above Gresini. Is Alex Marquez, who this year needs to beat, and for Morbidelli, well, he began the season so well in 2025. This time around, he needs to be more consistent, I think. And that's going to be what's absolutely crucial as this campaign gets underway. And they're going to be feeling that pressure, obviously, because contracts come to an end. And this is going to be an incredible silly season for us to enjoy as observers as well, Kiko.
Oh, silly season. We haven't even had the main season underway. Can't wait to see what 2026 brings. Connor, we'll be back with you very shortly indeed. Thank you very much for that. Let's just go back to the lineup. It, as I said, remains unchanged. Fabio Di Gianantonio goes back into the VR46 team again, along with Franco Morbidelli. Connor touched on a big thing there. It is huge in terms of silly season this year. I know we haven't had 2026's first lap yet, but because of the regulation reset for 2027, 2026 does become a year where you have to prove yourself. You have to make yourself worthy of factory material. Now, you could argue that in Ducati, that's going to be very difficult to do because they have 2 Grand Prix winners from 2025. Marc Marquez, obviously your world champion, and Pecco Bagnaia, despite finishing 5th, did take 2 Grand Prix victories. The other thing on top of that is that due to the regulations reset, it is likely that the factory teams, when 2027 gets underway, will have that edge. They will be getting those new development parts sooner than the others. So very, very important that this year, someone like a Fabio Di Gianantonio can finish in the top 4 or 5 in the World Championship. Whether that's on consistency, outright pace, or as we saw last year, consistency mixed with outright pace, but we so often saw last year, VR46, when one side of the garage was really performing, the other was not, and that's something that they'll want to balance out in this season. We asked you earlier, which rider do you think will perform better for this season? It hasn't changed at all, 63% place 37 in the favour of Digia, but as I say, massive year for the whole grid. And the reason I say it's more difficult for Ducati is because they've already got quite a clear stepping stone. Fermin Aldeguer was a rookie winner last year. He's going to want to be on factory machinery, whether that's in an independent team with official technical staff, or whether that is in that factory Ducati team, who knows. Frankie Morbidelli, got to be honest, it's unlikely that he does progress up to the factory team. And then you have Alex Marquez, who was absolutely on fine form last year, runner-up of course. Marquez 1-2 in the title. Could he be finding himself in Ducati Red? It's all just speculation. These are all just thoughts, and because we don't know. Everyone's contract is up for 2027, with the exception, of course, for Johann Zarco, who will very much remain a part of the Honda family. Frankie Morbidelli, as you can see, we're just seeing some of his best bits. He's new-ish within the VR46 team last year, but he hasn't got that excuse to adapt this year. He should be hitting the ground running. And he did last year. We actually had this conversation during some of our After the Flag shows, myself, Elliot York, Jack Appleyard and Lewis Sotheby, how important it was going to be for the Ducati riders on the older spec machines at the start of 2025 to hit the ground running. The Ducati GP25 was obviously a flawed bike. Marc Marquez was able to get around its problems, someone like a Pecco Bagnaia unable to. But that's why you need to hit the ground running. Let's see what we get in terms of Ducati's development this year, whether or not it's very similar to last year, or whether or not they move back to a more user-friendly bike right across the board. But for all the independent teams, not just the Ducatis, indeed the Tech 3 KTM, which of course is now under the leadership of Gunther Steiner. Of course you have your Prima Pramac Yamaha that we saw yesterday, that consists of Jack Miller and Toprak Razgatlioglu. What an exciting lineup that is. All of these different kind of elements within the independent teams, they are going to want to hit the ground running very, very fast indeed, whilst all of the factory teams are still finding their feet. These are some images from back at Mugello with Frankie Morbidelli, of course the VR46 home. This is the second home over at Misano. I can tell you we are just, if I check the time, around 10 minutes or so away from getting underway with the VR46 presentation. It's a good chance for you, I suppose, to refresh your memory on what exactly the bike looked like last year. Which rider do you think will perform better in 2026? Fabio Di Gianantonio or Franco Morbidelli? Starting to even out a bit. The fans slightly now getting a little bit more behind Franco Morbidelli in the recent few minutes. It's still 54% no in favour of Digia, but of course Franco Morbidelli technically does have an extra home round this year, I suppose you could say. He is half Brazilian, and we do go to Brazil for round 2. Do keep your comments coming in right across social platforms, whether you're watching this on Twitter or on YouTube or however you get your MotoGP fix, Instagram perhaps as well. Make sure you are sending in your thoughts, whether they're good or bad. We do read them all, only the good ones though we show. We are showing live images here at the moment in Rome, in Italy, the Italian capital, getting ready to welcome Valentino Rossi's VR46 squad, the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team, to give it its full handle. Some finishing touches just going on there. You would have seen yesterday we were able to bring you some behind the scenes shots of Toprak and Jack Miller. We're keeping it all under wraps today. We're not allowed to show you what the leathers look like for 2026 and VR46, so you're just going to have to wait 10 minutes or so more before we do get underway. As you can see, a load of seats ready. It's going to be a well-attended team launch there over in Rome. I'm sure Conor Doherty is getting ready somewhere to pounce on any VIPs that we see, and I'm sure with it being Valentino Rossi, there are plenty around. Of course, Valentino Rossi having retired. Can you believe it's 5 years ago now? I certainly can't. Valentino Rossi feels like he would have been eternal in MotoGP. Now it is his name indeed that remains eternal in terms of a race team. 5 years though since Valentino Rossi last raced on a MotoGP machine, but now he oversees a rather successful operation and collaboration with Ducati. Just 10 minutes or so away. Do keep your comments coming in, and let's just remind ourselves of what's to come tomorrow as well. Marco Bezzecchi used to ride for the VR46 team, but we have Aprilia coming up tomorrow, midday Central European time, so do please make sure you join us for that one. I'll be myself yet again bringing you the coverage there. After that, it's up to Madonna di Campiglio and the wonderful Dolomites, those fantastic ski resorts up there. 19th of January, Ducati, the official Ducati Lenovo team, get it all underway. 21st of January, it is the Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP squad's turn, the same day as we have Trackhouse as well. Don't forget Trackhouse Grand Prix winners last year. Can you believe it? And absolutely amazing statistic that came out at the same time as all of that was that now every single MotoGP team on the grid has won a Grand Prix. 6 days after Trackhouse, it's the factory team and the Tech 3 team in terms of the Red Bull KTM presentations. The last day of the month goes to Gresini Racing, and that will see world runner-up Alex Marquez and Rookie of the Year Fermin Aldeguer's colours unveiled, although Fermin Aldeguer, let's hope he's okay to attend after his recent injury. The LCR team, so that's big welcome to Diogo Moreira in his first year. He's replacing Somkiat Chantre. Johan Zarco, a Grand Prix winner from last year, he's back again. And Honda, who were back on the podium last year in the official team, Joan Mir and Luca Marini, their colours being ripped off for the 2nd of February, and then we are very much into the testing season. Can't wait to get going in terms of the test, whether that's at Sepang or whether that's at Buriram. You'll be able to enjoy after the flag at the end of every single day. Plenty of analysis, not just in terms of tech and in terms of performance of the day, but in terms of some of our new riders, some of the changes within the teams, and just what layer of dynamic that brings as well. We're seeing some more testing footage of Fabio Di Gianantonio. This is from the Valencia test. Of course, worth noting, I said earlier about the Valencia test for Frankie Morbidelli, but he wasn't there. Actually, it was Celestino Vietti who got a nice little run out that time. Was only told to do a handful of laps, did a couple more than he should have, but I think very, very much enjoyed it. And Celestino Vietti, we saw Pecco Bagnaia get that early run out before anything was announced of his move up through Moto2 and then MotoGP at the Valencia test. That was back with the Aspar Ducati team, I think at the end of 2016. So you never know. Celestino Vietti may well just be throwing his hat in the ring for a potential ride in 2027. We've also seen Nicolo Bulega, your World Superbike runner-up from this year. He had a couple of rounds filling in for Marc Marquez in the factory Ducati team. Could he be someone who perhaps comes in and finds himself a ride? These are live shots. Again, wonderful, wonderful setting for the VR46 team launch. This is over in Rome, as you can see. Wonderful chandelier. Could do with one of them in my apartment, but I think probably a little out of my price range, but nevertheless, always a good time to enjoy the interior decorations and decor of Italy. It is one of the most amazing countries. You can see Pablo Nieto there, Uccio as well, everyone in attendance already getting ready to take centre stage and unveil the VR46 colours for 2026. What a year it's going to be for them. Can they get back to winning ways? It's been a couple of years, hasn't it? Gotta say, they were close last year. Will they be able to muster something up in 2026 in the hands of Fabio Di Gianantonio and indeed Frankie Morbidelli? Morbidelli on that podium in Qatar, it was right back at the start of last year, the 4th round of 22. It is the exact same this year, so Qatar very, very friendly to Franco Morbidelli. You'll remember that last year it wasn't so friendly for Fabio Di Giannantonio. He got booted off by Alex Marquez, of course, and then was involved in that incident with Jorge Martin. Going back to see some more testing footage, this is from last year, and Frankie Morbidelli. He'll be looking to try and get on that podium right from the start. I can tell you we are just about 4 minutes now away from crossing live permanently to Rome. We're doing a little bit of a tour of Italy, I suppose. We were in Siena yesterday for Prima Pramac and their 25th year of motorcycle racing. Can you believe it that Pramac have been there for 25 years? They are world champions, of course, but not reigning world champions. Of course, they moved off to Yamaha last year, and now we've moved from Siena down to Rome to get VR46 underway. Unlike Pramac, with the change of Toprak coming in and Miguel Oliveira replacing Toprak over in World Superbikes, no change in the rider lineup for Franco Morbidelli or for Fabio Di Giannantonio. Both stay exactly the same. In fact, the entire team stays the same, hopefully, besides the livery, because that's exactly what we're bringing you. We can see these are live shots now of Franco Morbidelli, and that looks like he is in the team wear for 2026. Subtle differences, I suppose you could say. Definitely looks a little bit more fluorescent than last year. I know that perhaps isn't obvious in the current shot, but it seems like that yellow is a lot more prominent. Nice to see that both the riders, there they are, Fabio Di Giannantonio just coming in as well. Both the riders just doing a quick meet and greet before we do get underway. Indeed, with the presentation itself. We had a small delay yesterday with the Prima Pramac Yamaha MotoGP squad. I don't think we're going to have a small delay today. Hopefully we'll be able to speak with all of the big names, from the riders to the team management, including Pablo Nieto and Uccio Salucci himself, Uccio of course, and the boss, Valentino Rossi. Hopefully we'll be able to hear from all of them. They'll all be joining Connor Doherty right at the end of this. I think Connor is actually, his ears must be burning. He must be able to hear me somehow. Is over there in Rome, ready and waiting. It seems like we're just moments away, Connor.
Yeah, just moments away. I'm going to have to whisper a bit because it's about to get started here. Haven't seen Valentino Rossi enter yet, but he's going to be here any moment. As are, I do believe, Gigi Dall'Igna and Davide Tarazzi from Ducati. So it's going to be very exciting to see the reaction when those three stars of MotoGP emerge here in this room. But we're just minutes away now from getting underway here at this presentation. Everyone's taking their seats, and it's absolutely buzzing, Kiko. I have to tell you, it's an incredible atmosphere before this presentation.
Well, at least they've sent you there, because you can whisper. I'm sure you know me well enough. I can't. Connor, we'll be hearing from you very soon, I'm sure, and we will be crossing live in just a few moments as everyone takes their seats. Looks like we're going to get underway on time for this presentation. I'm sure we'll hear from all of the VR46 partners and all of their guests who turn up on stage, and I'm sure the main man himself, Valentino Rossi, will be there. Can't wait to see what this one's going to look like. Can't wait to see how 2026 pans out for the VR46 squad themselves. We are now just about 30 seconds away, maybe even less, from heading over there. Don't go anywhere after. We're going to have interviews. We're going to have plenty of stuff to digest. We're going to have plenty of topic of conversation in terms of the new livery, what it's going to look like, what we think it can bring, and then, of course, the interviews from upper management within VR46. It's a good time to remind you, keep your comments coming in, even though when we come away from this studio in Barcelona, you'll be able to keep sending the comments during the presentation. Looks like we are just a few moments away now, literally very, very much a few moments away from getting underway. 3 minutes until we are going, so we'll come back to that in a short while. I remind you, we are bringing you the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team presentation live from Rome. I'm here in MotoGP HQ back in Barcelona. Valentino Rossi in the building. We promised you he would be there. He is indeed there. So Valentino Rossi in the house, ready to welcome his riders to the stage, I'm sure, and I'm sure he'll be on the stage too. Valentino Rossi, good to see him in attendance for his team launch in 2026, and hopefully we'll be able to get some words of wisdom from the 7-time MotoGP World Champion, the 9-time World Champion across all classes. He's been away from racing for 5 years, as I say, but that is only in rider capacity. He's still very much a very, very influential part of MotoGP, and still very, very much a part of the MotoGP paddock, this time just as team owner. So not long until we are getting moving, as we see a couple of handshakes taking place. We've got the riders sat on the front row. I'm sure they'll be on stage at some point. These are all live shots, of course, coming from Rome in Italy. We're not long away now at all. There's Uccio just taking his position as well. Looks like he's got the team gear on actually underneath the blazer. Quite fashionable, rather him than me though. And then we will be underway. I remind you, this is the VR46 team presentation. We've had Prima Parac already. All 11 teams will be bringing you. Today it is the VR46 turn. Tomorrow we go for Aprilia. And as you can see in the background, plenty of Ducati royalty. Davide Todozzi, Mauro Grasili, and then that is Gigi Dall'Igna just coming in as well. So nice to see that Ducati Course sending their big names, big wigs to the VR46 team presentation. Just under a minute to go then until we can leave me, and you guys at home get on with what we are here to do, and that is the VR46 team launch. I'll tell you what, let's wrap it up a little bit earlier, give you a nice little breather before we do get underway. For myself, Kiko, I'll see you on the other side of this. Let's hope for some fluorescent VR46 Ducatis in 2026. See you shortly.
Every time, it starts again. The noise, the rush, the breath. You can't explain it. You just know that without it, something's missing. Pulse racing, heart steady. And inside that spark, you can't ignore. Quiet, but constant, calling again. And the freedom to surrender to it.
Hello, good morning and welcome. We are coming to you from this beautiful and stunning location, Villa Miani in Rome, Italy. I think this place matches perfectly the passion and the ambition of the team, Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team. Today's event is being mainstreamed worldwide, and we are so excited to be sharing with you the MotoGP 2026 VR46 Racing Team launch. Please stay with us. Let's go!
This is my fight. This is what Hello, hello everyone. Welcome, benvenuti. Welcome to the team partners, members, friends, the media present. And before we start, let me first introduce myself. I'm Desiree Popper, and I'll be guiding you through today's presentation. And of course, we need to say hi for our friends in Indonesia, who is a very active fan base from the team. Hi, selamat pagi. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here today, to be presenting today's, this season 2026 MotoGP Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team Launch. This season is super promising. And today we are launching the third season of the Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team with the fifth of the VR Racing Team and at the top category, and the 13th considering all the categories, with more than 30 wins and 19 podiums. Please. I think it's time to call on stage our two riders, and I have something for you first. Well, we have a new team, same familiar faces. I would like to welcome on stage our super riders, Franco Morbidelli and Dija, both from Rome. Please, guys, have a seat. Feel at home, like you were not in Rome. This is your house, this is your home.
Ciao a tutti, ciao, ciao.
Ciao ragazzi.
Come vi sentite presenting the season at your home? You're both born here, right?
Yes, it's a great emotion to have the team presentation in such an important city for me and for Fabio, for my family, and it's such a beautiful scenario and such a beautiful place. So for sure, the beauty of Italy, it's well reflected in the city, and for sure this beauty will be around us, hopefully all year long, starting from now.
Yeah, for sure it's a pleasure. You know, it's a true honor to have the team, our bikes, our MotoGP bikes here, such important people here in this launch. For me, it's extra special. You know, sleeping in my bed, waking up and showing to the world our new bikes for this year is so cool. I'm emotional. You know, I have this great feeling inside, and yeah, it's super special.
Oh, great. So this is a new season about to kick off. Same team. How are you guys feeling about this? Do you feel at home or still like thrilled every season?
Yeah, for sure this will be my third season with the Pertamina Enduro VR46 team, but it's always like the first time, as the feeling of starting a new season with new colors, but also a lot of knowledge, more knowledge for this year. Will be our second year with the same staff together. Mm-hmm. So definitely we keep building year by year, and this year will be, I think, a step up for both of us.
Franca, this is your second season, right, with the team. How do you feel? Like, are you feeling at home already?
Yes, I always felt at home with the team because I have a great connection with everybody inside the team, and we all know my relationship with Vale, with Uccio, and with all the people from VR46. But you know, one more year together adds that consistency that can make the difference in some occasions. So I'm expecting that level raise also from this consistency. One more year with Ducati, second year with the same team, with the same crew, same people. So I'm sure we're gonna work together in a better way, even though we started in a really good way, I have to say. So I'm looking forward for this.
Great, promising. Okay, I think it's time to call on stage the very heart of this project, the one and only Valentino Rossi. Please welcome. Ciao. Piacere, buongiorno.
Mi metto la sedia. Ciao a tutti. Buongiorno a tutti.
Vale, since the riders are very diplomatic about the questions, can you tell us, like, clearly what are the targets for each rider this season?
Yes, first of all, hi to everybody, and we have more or less all the key people of the team today with us. So it's a great pleasure. I think it's good to be here in Rome because our two riders coming from this fantastic place. So it's something good. It's a good idea, I think. And you know, for us is the fifth season in MotoGP, and that is the main challenge. In our history, we were always quite competitive from the beginning. Last year, we finished third in the team ranking. The target for sure is try to improve and to raise our level. And you know, we did a lot of good result, a lot of podiums. First of all, we want to try to win. We want to try to win a race because you know, when you win, is always different. Is better than a podium. And also the other thing is that we need to work together with the riders, with the team, for improve our performance everywhere. You know, because during the season we had a lot of up and down. You know, because MotoGP is difficult for everybody. So the main target will be try to be competitive in every weekend in every different circuit.
Okay, thank you. So black and light. It feels like going back to the VR46 original colors. Was it intentional? Was it, right?
Yeah, from this is the third season that we use a lot the yellow, because the yellow is for us is our color from all my history. And in the last 2 years we put the yellow with the white. And but for this year we want to try to have something different, something a bit more aggressive. But you know, you will see the bike soon.
Potresti darci qualche spoiler sulla livrea della moto e quanto sei stato coinvolto nel processo?
Ma sempre molto coinvolto perché mi piacciono molto i colori delle moto, delle tute, dei caschi in tutta la mia carriera, quindi adesso che abbiamo il team è sempre un grande piacere lavorare con Aldo Drudi e insieme a tutti cercare di capire cosa ci può piacere, no? E abbiamo spinto negli ultimi 2 anni perché volevamo creare una nostra identità e come al solito volevamo che le nostre moto si riconoscessero sulla griglia e quest'anno secondo me sono ancora più belle.
Sono curiosissima. A proposito di Aldo Drudi, he's here with us. For those who are listening and watching us, Drudi is the famous designer who designed Valentino Rossi's helmets. Ciao.
Ciao, buongiorno, buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Aldo, quest'anno ci siamo persi il fluo stream, come diceva Valentino. Il tema del lancio ora è il black e light. Perché questo cambiamento?
Ma Valentino, che secondo me avrebbe potuto fare il grafico, oltre che il pilota di MotoGP, perché con lui oramai abbiamo sviluppato un sacco di progetti, no? La storia grafica di Valentino, il giallo soprattutto, è una cosa che abbiamo condiviso da tempo. Per un paio di anni abbiamo cercato questo abbinamento col bianco per, appunto, era il yellow stream, quindi alla ricerca della luce. Quest'anno, come ha detto Vale, abbiamo cercato di fare qualcosa di più aggressivo, quindi il nuovo colore additivo, l'avrete capito, è il nero, che è un po' la storia di Vale, perché abbiamo sempre fatto dei caschi che avevano una base nera, che era quella della notte, più riflessiva, più tranquilla, e il giallo che invece è il colore dell'azione, no? Adrenalina e quindi corse, racing, che è la vita di Vale. Quindi aspettatevi qualcosa di simile in linea con la storia grafica di Valentino Rossi.
Bene, grazie Aldo, grazie per essere qui. As I cannot wait to discover the new bikes, let's watch a little spoiler. I would like to call on stage the team management, Uccio and Pablo Nieto. Please, welcome. Ciao. Please have a seat. No, don't leave us. No, stay. You are the stars. Seats, have a seat. Okay, let me... Ok. Uccio.
Sì. Ciao.
Ciao. Dopo un lancio di stagione indimenticabile in Indonesia l'anno scorso, il team è tornato in Italia per fare il lancio. Come ti fa sentire questa cosa di lanciare la stagione da casa?
Allora, prima di tutto ciao a tutti, benvenuti a tutti. Per rispondere alla tua domanda, è fantastico essere qua in Italia, poi è ancora più bello essere a Roma. Mi ha pensato molto di fare questa presentazione qua, anche per, diciamo, un regalo, in onore anche, non so come dire, in rispetto per i nostri due piloti che comunque arrivano da questa terra meravigliosa. Poi cosa vuoi dire? Ti affacci già vai solo qui fuori e vedi una città meravigliosa, e quindi ci piaceva lanciare il 2026 in questo posto magico, no? che sia di buon auspicio. E detto questo, sì, l'ultimo anno l'abbiamo fatto in Indonesia, perché comunque i nostri partner sono indonesiani e c'è sempre più relazione con loro, però un po' in Indonesia e un po' adesso in Italia.
Sì. Pablo, same couple of riders, same bikes, same stuff, and an extraordinary lineup of partners. With Ducati continuing to support you as a factory-supported team, it looks like the perfect scenario for a new season, right?
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, it is. So first of all, we have to say thank you to Ducati, to Gigi, Mauro, Davide, that they are here. Without them, we cannot make this project, no? So first of all, we have to say thank you to them. Also, we like to have that pressure, no? Because in the end, we have the best bike in MotoGP at the moment. So that means that the riders also have that pressure. And we like to have that kind of pressure, no? That means that we can make something important. So I think it's going to be a very difficult season because we know that also all the manufacturers arrive, all the riders are very fast, but we have Dija, we have Franco, we trust them a lot, and we know that we can make a fantastic season. So we have to keep pushing and try to make our best.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is there a lesson you've learned from last season that you're gonna carry into this new season?
Yes, like Vale say, no? I think last year we make a good season. We have to improve all the let's say the mistakes that we make it, and it's very important try to be more constant during all season or races, because in the end 22 races are a lot, so it's very difficult to be competitive every Sunday, every Saturday, but this is our target, try to give to the riders our best, our 100%, like this they can be more competitive, more faster, and sure we can enjoy it.
This is the third year with Pertamina lubricants. How important it is to have a partner like that for a team?
Yeah, also we have to say thank you to Pertamina, no? Because Pertamina support us. It's very important for us to have that connection with them. Also, we have to say thank you to all Indonesian fans, because we know that when we arrive to Indonesia, it's like our second house. So we have to try to give back all the things that they are giving to us. So we have to try to make something important in the track, because that's very important to them, to us, and also to Pertamina, Comoli, Monster, all the sponsors that are here to support this important project for us.
So talking about Indonesia, let's see a recap about the second home of the team, Indonesia.
Racing Team Presentation 2024!
Let's welcome on stage Gianluca Falcioni, the VR46 agency CEO, please. Ciao Gianluca, hai un microfono? Gianluca, this is the third year with Pertamina Lubricants, and the partnerships look stronger every year. What does this collaboration mean to the VR46 racing team?
First of all, I would like to thank, of course, Pertamina for the support. Yeah, it's already the third year together. The first two seasons were very successful. We tried to give objectives and goals together. I think we achieved a lot. We grow together genuinely, and finally we were able to find good results, good exposure, and especially I have to say that the collaboration with Pertamina feels way more than just a partner, than just a sponsorship, but a true partnership with them. So thank you again to Pertamina.
Well, that means a lot. Can you tell us about the development of the oils? I know the riders are trying Pertamina Enduro during the private practice sessions, right?
Yeah, that's correct. The development of the oil was one of the most important points of the collaboration, because we can combine the experience of our riders that can push the level at the maximum, together with the experience and the knowledge of Pertamina, with such a big company and very professional, and they were able to get the experience and the testing of the oil during the training sessions and develop one of the most performing oil for motorcycles, and we were using this in our sessions, of course.
Thank you so much, Gianluca.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I cannot wait no longer. I think Italy, Indonesia, and the rest of the world, it's time. I think it's time to discover the new team, the new bikes. Let's see it. Wow! They look so thrilling and so fast. Wow. Frankie, I know you're very amazed by this, but can you tell us what is your first impression when you first saw it?
So for sure, I know this bike already. I know her. Last year we spent a lot of time together, and she was a little bit different. And when I saw her again this year, I saw immediately more aggressivity, more. She wants more to race.
Ooh.
She's a she.
She's
to
a
me.
she. She's
Yeah.
a lady.
She's a lady.
Okay. Thank
And I like her very much.
you. Aw. Dija, what about you?
Yeah, for sure, it's an amazing bike. It's a great looking bike. For me too, it's a she.
Oh.
I think bikes are she
Okay.
for us at the end. We always give them names and stuff. But yeah, the Livery is fantastic. It's just super aggressive. And this year I feel it a little more, honestly. Like the launch when we done the shooting to see for the first time the bike. Different feelings, for sure great vibes, and honestly can't wait to see all together the package on track with the suits, the helmets, and you know that racing feeling. Just can't wait to start, honestly.
Wow. The great one and only, what are your thoughts and your wishes
You
for
know,
this season?
I have to say that the most happy guys of the new liveries are the mechanics, because last year with the white bikes they spend a lot of time, and also the Fob and Manu from the riders that are the guy that try to clean the suit, you know. So now that is black, I think that is more easy. No, I mean, white is more elegant, you know, but black is more racing. So we hope that they will be faster than last year.
For sure they will. This was it. Thank you everyone who was with us. And let's kick off this new season. Let's go, guys.
I'm really struggling to hear you.
Adesso fanno le foto, no?
Wow, what about it? That was rather lively, wasn't it? A nice little bit of disco kind of vibey musical interlude as well in the middle whilst they were unveiling. I quite like them, the colour. It seems like they've just added a little bit more black than last year. Still fluorescent yellow though, gotta say. Big fan of it though. I personally don't mind that too much. For some people it's going to be mega loud, I know that, but then again, so am I. Get your comments rolling in, keep us on our toes here in MotoGP HQ over in Barcelona. We're going to be crossing back to Rome very soon so we can get the latest from the riders, Valentino Rossi himself, Uccio, and hopefully Pablo Nieto. Do you like the new Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team livery? Get voting now, folks. I am sure it is going to be a big majority yes. I do think it is an improvement on last year. I like how they've kept the integrated 46 outline in the background of the actual riders racing number. I think the leathers look quite neat as well, the way it fades from the right hand side over to the left. I do like that. Comment straight in. Adrian Button has said much better without the white. I don't know, I quite liked last year's. Another one from G. Savic Stojanovic saying, looks nice. Indeed it does. I'm a big fan of the team wear. I've got to say, I do like the team wear. That is definitely if you there was a fancy dress party to come as a highlighter pen, you'd be wanting to wear some VR46 gear, wouldn't you? better than last year for sure. Thank you for that, Matt, the mad botanist there. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for that one. Nice livery. Again, keep your comments flooding in. We'll try and read out as many as we can. You may have seen earlier we had a small technical problem with the comments section, but we do read them all. And just to prove that we read them all, some of you are obviously gone completely crazy because you've just one person said I'm the GOAT. Absolutely not true. VR46 Indonesia, yeah, going for the bumblebee look. Now, I thought that, but the yellow is the wrong kind of yellow. It's a bit too fluorescent, but I do like where they're going with it, that is for sure. Black and yellow obviously works. Amazing livery, black and yellow. Love hearts, yeah, fully agree with you there. Yoga Hermansia 4468, comment obviously on YouTube. You can see the riders are stuck around as well. This is this is back when it was all unveiled, of course, just a few moments ago. Black and yellow and red. You can see there as well the Pertamina Enduro branding right on cue. Bit of an Indonesian flag touch as well, just under the seat. So I do quite like that as well. Very subtle differences. This is something we've got used to with Valentino Rossi's team. They don't really reinvent the design. They just tweak it in some way, shape or form. And of course they do like a special livery when the season does get underway as well. Looking forward to seeing what they do roll out, that is for sure. I'm a big fan. Keep your comments coming in, keep us posted, and don't forget 2026 just around the corner, so get your gear to gear up for the 2026 MotoGP season. All the merch and more, you can find it at store.motogp.com. Go in to 2026 with the full factory look. That is store.motogp.com, and all the official merch is there to be had, and make sure you get it worn trackside or even sofa side when the first green light goes out in Thailand. We are just a few moments away, I'm sure, from hearing from the riders themselves. Wow, the suit looks so amazing. Same with the motorcycle colour. Yeah, agree with you there. Fauzan Rashif. VR46's 2026 livery looks much better than 2024-2025. Love the 46 number. That was put on last year, don't forget. Subtle change, yes, but glad it's been kept for this year. Looks good. Let's get that win now. Yeah, for sure. That's what they're going to be looking at. It's been a long time since 2023. Don't forget, they've had a tricky 2024. Not taking Grand Prix victory. Slightly better 2025 across the team itself. Let's see what 2026 brings. I can tell you that we are ready over in Rome to hear from the riders. Fabio Di Gianantonio is with Connor Doherty.
That's right, we're here with Fabio Di Gianantonio. First things first, what do you think of the new livery?
Wow, the new livery is amazing. I think this black brings so much more light on the yellow and is a bit more VR style, let's say. Honestly, I love it. Seems a really aggressive bike, so it gives us a lot of motivation also to bring it on track.
And what about presenting it here in this city, in Rome, which means so much to you as well? It must be sensational to do that.
Yeah, I'm fully proud and honored to bring the team here in my city, in this beautiful place with this beautiful view all Rome. Having the MotoGP bike here is amazing, and yeah, it feels so special to start the year like this.
Talking about starting the year, let's talk about the season as well. Last year, you had some podiums, you performed really well at times, maybe a little lack of consistency. What does success this year look like for Fabio Di Gianantonio?
For sure, it will be a different season. My second season as a factory rider, also for the team, will be a different season. You know, the second year together with the same crew. And also will be, again, my first season that I can do the winter properly with a proper preparation. So I will arrive to the test ready in a great form. So I think we will approach to the races and the tests in a different way, in a better way.
Thank you so much, Fabio. There we have it, Kiko. The first thoughts of Fabio Di Gianantonio here in Rome.
Thanks for that, Connor. Thanks for that, Fabio Di Gianantonio. Great to hear that he is, of course, going to be going into 2026 proud and honoured, having had this season launch right on his doorstep, effectively, in the Italian capital. So great stuff to hear from Fabio Di Giannantonio. I can tell you we will not be far away from Franco Morbidelli. You've seen these images before, I'm sure, if you've already been tuning in for the whole presentation right from the start at, what time do we get underway? Around 11:30, so just over an hour and 10 minutes to go, local time here in Europe, of course. I'm here in MotoGP HQ over in Barcelona, and of course Connor Doherty and everyone VR46 related is over in Rome. Right on cue, I believe we are very close to getting underway with our second rider. In fact, let's just wait for a moment. Franco Morbidelli is there. They're probably just sorting out a few little things. We have seen the new livery, of course. Indeed, it is very, very nice. Not too many changes, a lot less white. They've replaced it with black. Valentino Rossi said himself on stage that it is due to the fact that black just is a bit more racy, and I can tell you, look at that, you guys agree with me. Do you like the new Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team livery? 83% saying yes, 17% of you saying no. Don't forget, on both sides of the fence, let us know why you voted as well. We've already had some comments come in about the subtle changes. I'm a big fan of them keeping that 46, the outline that was put in last year, but for me, I do like what they're doing with the black and the yellow. For me, a little bit nicer than the white and the yellow, but I do like that one as well. I think we are now ready to head over to Rome for Frankie Morbidelli. We've heard from Fabio Di Giannantonio. Let's have a listen to what Frankie has to say. He's with Connor.
With Frankie Morbidelli here. First things first, 2026, new livery here. What do you think about it?
New livery is beautiful. It's definitely more aggressive, more racing, I would say. And yeah, I love it.
Excellent to hear. It does look like it's going to be absolutely amazing to see it on track. So, talking about 2026 then, the season, how much are you looking forward to it?
I'm very much looking forward for my second season with the team. For sure, we've seen last year that there is a great potential, that on some areas we need to unlock, and hopefully together we can make it this year. And if we do that, we can enjoy very much on Saturdays and Sundays.
And what about presenting the bike here and the team in Rome, a city which must mean a lot to you? Obviously, you were born here as well. How does that feel?
Roma is a beautiful city. To me, it's the most beautiful one in the world. And to be able to present the new liveries and the whole team in such a spectacular scenario, it's really a blessing. I feel really grateful and lucky to have the chance to do this in such a beautiful place, in such a beautiful city. I'm sure you all will enjoy the bikes, liveries, and the place we are presenting those liveries.
I feel like with a response like that, you could be working for the Italian tourism board with those words about Rome. Just finally, what would success look like for you this season? Because it's a transitional season, obviously all the contracts are up as well, so it's going to be very exciting to see what happens.
It's going to be, again, very exciting for sure. There's going to be a lot of action on track. Everybody's going to be on their top game for sure. So we are going to face and witness another great season of MotoGP. Let's enjoy it all together.
Absolutely. There we have it then. Thank you very much, Frankie. The first words of Frankie Morbidelli here in Rome at the VR46 team presentation.
Cheers, Connor. Cheers, Frankie. I think Frankie's rather tricky interviewing style, just catching out our Connor Doherty on the first question there. But that is Frankie. We wouldn't change him. Frankie, Three Love Arts, keep your comments coming in. Jixer lover there, so obviously a fan from Suzuki. Direct from Brazil here. Go Morbidelli, Rogério Valente. Look forward to seeing you trackside in Goiânia, of course, the third week of March. Franco, my beloved. Oh, hello. I wonder if if Frankie has a secret admirer. Love the picture of what looks like a very scared hamster. Nice bikes and nice boys. Wish you all the best, Franco. A few emojis in there as well. We will be hearing more, I'm sure, from Valentino, from Uccio, from plenty of others who are there in Rome at the moment. Do you like the new Pertamina Enduro livery? That's what we're asking about the VR46 unveiling. 83% of you saying yes, still 17% still not convinced over to yes. So do let us know why, what you would change. They've gone with the theme of black and light and done away with last year's white. Great video, I've got to say, produced as well by all of the team over there in the VR46 camp. Really, really trick stuff indeed. And looking forward to seeing how quick it goes on track, of course. Testing just a couple of weeks away. Maybe 3 weeks away, I suppose you could say, not a couple. Let's be factually correct. I can tell you that, well, Frankie Morbidelli as well, at the end of that, saying just how competitive MotoGP is going to be in 2026. Everyone's going to be on the top of the game, and it alludes back to a point I was making earlier. It's a massive undertaking to try and get it onto a factory machine in 2027 when the regs all change. I believe we can now check in with Valentino Rossi, but this is from what they sent us just a little while ago before the presentation.
We are ready, we are very optimistic, and the target is try to do better than last year. Last year was a up and down season. Now, anyway, MotoGP is always very difficult for all the team to are able to remain in the top position every weekend. So I think that this can be our target for this year. Try to improve and try to be competitive everywhere. Yes, we changed this year. Is a project that we did together with Aldo Drudi. That is I think that is already the third season. At the beginning, we want to try to modify a little bit our image, and 3 years ago we did the yellow bike with the white, and we decided to continue also last year. But this year we want to change, and we keep the yellow. That is our color, and but we put the black. That is more racing, and we come back a little bit at our more classical colors. So we are very happy because the bikes and everything is so beautiful. Now we need just to be fast.
That was Valentino Rossi speaking earlier on. I can tell you he's ready to speak again now. He is live with Connor Doherty over to Rome. Connor, take it away.
Yeah, that's right. First of all, Valentino Rossi, congratulations on the presentation. It was absolutely incredible. A fifth year in MotoGP. How special is it for you to be launching the team here in Rome in such an incredible setting?
Yes, for us is a great adventure that in MotoGP start with the team when I finish to ride. And I have to say that it's always a great emotion. It's a hard work for sure. You have a lot of people that working together. But it's a great feeling to follow our two riders and follow the races. So it's a great emotion. Rome is a fantastic place. Maybe it's the most beautiful city in the world. And for us it's important because both riders, Dija and also Franco, were born here in Rome. So I think that is a good idea.
Absolutely. We saw you smiling a lot on stage as well, looked very optimistic about this year. What are the objectives for the team in this campaign in 2026?
You know, we are very lucky that in all our adventure in MotoGP, we always race with Ducati. And, you know, Ducati in the last years is the best bike on the grid. So this gives to us the chance to win also in the past. Unfortunately, not last year, but to fight for the podium and arrive in the top 3 in the team ranking. But you know,
we need to improve, to raise our level, because last season was a lot of up and down, and the target is everybody work in a better way and try to be competitive every weekend.
You do sound quite optimistic then. Just finally, 2026 is a bit of a transitional year. You personally have been successful over a number of eras in MotoGP. 2027 is going to be very different. Is that very motivating for you to lead the project into another new era?
Yes, because like you said, this year will be a particular season, because you have to be concentrate in the 26, but you have already to have a high on the 27. And at the moment we are with Ducati, and sincerely I think that also if all the rules will change, I think that Ducati will be ready and competitive. So will be a great challenge, and we will see during the season.
Thank you very much, and best of luck for the coming campaign.
Grazie, thanks a lot. Ciao a tutti.
Kiko, there you have it then, the words of Valentino Rossi, legend and Hall of Famer.
Thank you, Connor. And you're not, I'm sure Valentino's not the only legend there. Thank you, Valentino, yourself, of course, Connor as well. We'll be hearing from plenty more. We're going to have Pablo Nieto and Uccio coming very, very soon indeed. So just stay tuned for that. But Valentino Rossi, interesting there. 2026, mega important. But like everyone's saying, 2027, you've got to have an eye on it. So when those regs change, I think that's when we're going to see the biggest shuffling happening just yet. Also alluding to the point that both of his riders are from Rome, hence the decision to place the team launch in Rome for this year. I can tell you, let's just, we said we'd got Uccio. We're going to try and find him live very soon, but this is what he had to say prior to the team presentation. This is what the team sent us a little earlier on.
Yeah, we changed because after 2 years in white, yellow and white, we want to come back in our original colors. The VR46 was always yellow and black. We want to come back in the real VR46 because this color is more aggressive, also more racing, and like this. It's the third year. I want to say thank you to Pertamina, to all the board of Pertamina, because he trusts a lot in our project. It's already 3 years, and we hope to continue also in the future.
I've got to say, I do like the fact that even Uccio's glasses are in sync with the colour scheme. I don't know if you saw on the side the fluorescent yellow, exactly the same as what it looks like on the leathers and on the bikes. Keep your comments coming in. Are you excited to go racing in Brazil? Well, I won't be racing, but I'm very excited to get down there in Goiânia and get to Brazil. It'll be my first time down there. MotoGP has got a rich history in Brazil, and what a time for Diogo Moreira to become the first ever world champion in motorcycle racing from Brazil. Of course, Moto2, he steps up to MotoGP last year. Can't wait to get down there for Brazil. Frankie Morbidelli, of course, half Brazilian himself, speaks fluent Portuguese. Bet he'll be looking forward to it too. Yellow for light and elegance, black for aggressiveness and victories and hunger. Very, very good indeed. Giovanni Cutuli, 46. I reckon that's probably the reason for the colours. Valentino himself saying that black is more aggressive, more to go racing. It feels faster. Let's see if that translates to real speed out there on track. Keep your comments coming in wherever you are around the world. Let us know where you are coming in from. What a fantastic combination. I love it, especially the leathers. Also so beautiful and stylish. I presume that is not going to be a comment I'm going to be hearing anytime soon about my hair, but absolutely about the bike. Again, similar to Pramac yesterday, there's a nice little bit of fading going on. It's a little bit more smoother. It doesn't clash too much. I am a fan so far of the two liveries that we've had. The yellow will look great under the floodlights, but it looks very good in 2025 when Franco Morbidelli led for 11 laps, of course, of the Qatari Grand Prix and managed to get on the podium. So let's see what exactly they can do this year. I'm quite confident this year. Of course, they will inherit. Fabio Di Gianantonio will be on the factory spec machine. It'll be at least a GP25 for Frankie Morbidelli. Let's hear from their team manager, Pablo Nieto. This is what the team sent us early on, along with the other stuff that we've already heard. Pablo Nieto this time, guys.
Yeah, we are very confident with this season. First of all, it's going to be a very hard season. All the riders are very fast. All the manufacturers also arrive to the top, so we have to be very focused to try to make very important things in the first races, and then we will see what happens during the season. Yeah, for us it's very important to be together with Ducati, no? And then be a factory support team from Ducati is very important. It's going to be a lot of pressure, but that's very important for us, because if you don't have any pressure, that means that you cannot make nothing. So it's going to be an important year for us. Try to be competitive from the beginner. It's going to be very important the first races, and then we will see what happens during the season. Yeah, this year is going to be harder because we saw in the past that the other manufacturers also arrive. So we have to take care about everything. No, we have to try to be very focused on the first races, because that one is going to make the difference during all season. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but that's.
It's going to be hard. That's what Pablo Nieto has said, and I think that's true. Everyone's going to want to be pushing on more than ever in 2026 to give themselves that platform to move and build from in 2027. As you can see, Uccio is ready and waiting. Connor, over to you again in Rome.
Yeah, absolutely right. I am with Uccio Gico. First of all, Gio, congratulations on the presentation. It was absolutely incredible. How special is it for you to be presenting the team for 2026 here in Rome and in such an incredible building?
Yeah, ciao to everybody, thank you. The presentation was fantastic because this place was magic. For me, Rome is Rome. It's one of the city, my preferred city in the world, and it's Italian, but it's not Italian, Rome is international. And when I push a lot with Pertamina because I want a presentation in Italy, especially for our rider, because our rider come from Rome, and is a special present also for both rider. And I'm very happy. I hope also that the bike was fantastic, but I hope it was also fast.
And the new livery, what are your thoughts on that? Black and light. I heard the word aggression a lot in the presentation.
Yeah. This one is our real color, no? The VR46 is always black and yellow, no? The last 2 years we are white, we are more elegant, but we decided to come back at the black because that was our color. Is more racing, and for me the bike was fantastic.
Absolutely, looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can see you've so stylishly dressed as well with this suit. So just finally, can you tell us what the team's aims are for this year? What's the objective? What would success be for VR46 this year?
Yeah, last year we finished the third position with the team, ranking team, but we have a lot up and down. This year I asked to our rider, because I trust a lot in our rider, to Franco and Fabio, because it was fantastic and fast. I asked to have more linear, not up and down, and fight every race for the first five position.
Thank you very much, and congratulations again on the presentation.
Well, thank you very much to Uccio indeed, and to you, of course, Connor, as well. We will be hearing from Pablo Nieto very soon. Keep your comments flooding in. Of course, join the topics of conversation. Have your say on what you think about the new Pertamina Enduro VR46 livery. Majority of you do like it so far. 83% place, 17% of you saying no, you don't. Can't wait for the MotoGP launch in Malaysia very soon. Skinny_vlog saying that. Neither me. Kuala Lumpur, fantastic city. Can't wait to see MotoGP outside the Petronas Towers. What a beauty. Marc Marquez 93 saying that. Well, don't forget there is a little bit of rivalry still around from the Marquez camp to Valentino's camp, but still good to see respect for the deliveries of Valentino's team from the USA with love. Very good stuff indeed. Coming in there from Dre Cuts. This is a little promotional video they sent out earlier. Really do quite like that. I wonder if they do do turtlenecks as part of their merch. I might even be a little bit interested. For now, let's just go back and have a listen to what Frankie Morbidelli said prior to getting underway with the team presentation. This is Frankie.
So for this second season, I'm really excited, and I'm really looking forward to start the season, because we have one more year of experience together, and for sure this is gonna work out well for us. For sure we are gonna speed up some processes that happen during a race weekend, and I'm really trustful in the crew, in the whole team. For sure there are some things that we need to improve from last year, which was a positive year, especially the first half, a year where we had some good results, some great ones, also some bad ones. There are things to improve, and we are working on that. We are together in this, and we are looking forward to start together. So the bike is beautiful. I really like, for sure, I really like the yellow color. It's a color that I'm really linked to, and I'm really, it's a color that it has always been around me, and I definitely love it, and that's the soul of the bike. But the character of the bike is given by this black on the fuel tank and around the bike, and it's really a racing color, a racing combination of colors. So yeah, hopefully the bike is going to be quicker around the track, also because of this. The season launched in Rome, and it was beautiful. Rome is a city that I love. I was born there, and I lived 10 years there. I have a lot of friends, and I have a lot of connection with that city. For me, it's the most beautiful city in the world, and to have the team presentation in such a special place, it's unique, and it's a really nice thing, and hopefully it will give the whole team some extra energy to face this 26th season in the best way.
Thank you, Frankie Morbidelli, for that one. Of course, it is down to you, Frankie, whether that bike goes around the track any quicker. You can see that Pablo Nieto is there ready and waiting, so let's head back over to Italy for our final interview. It's over to Rome and Conor Docherty.
That's right, we are back in Rome now with Pablo Nieto. First of all, congratulations on the team presentation. How special is it for you and the team to launch here for 2026 in Rome, the eternal city?
Yeah, it's amazing not to be here. It's fantastic. We was very nervous because in the end this is a very important city, so for us was very important. Our riders are from here, so we decided to make here the team presentation, and we are very happy because of the riders, new colors. We make a big change from last year to this year, so I'm looking forward to going to Malaysia.
And what about your thoughts on the new livery? We heard the word aggression used a lot. I do hope that Crafar and the FAM stewards don't have anything to worry about this year.
If I tell you the truth, I was a little bit worried because we was already a little bit aggressive. But anyway, I said to Simon, don't worry, we will be a normal team, normal riders. So, but it's true that the bikes are a little bit more aggressive, so we have to enjoy a lot this season. It's going to be very hard. The riders are very confident, the bikes are fantastic. Ducati at the moment is the best bike in the MotoGP, so we have everything to try to make something important.
You do sound very optimistic, and obviously last year you started really well as well, but maybe missing a bit of consistency over the course of the season. What are the objectives for you this year?
Yes, in the end, 22 races are a lot of races, so to be competitive, all races are very hard. It's very important to try to improve from last year. We know that one of the things that we was missing last year was the consistency of all races, because it was a little bit strange that some race we was fighting for the podium, another race it was hard to try to be in the top 10. So we have to look at ourselves and be honest with us and try to improve, try to make something different. But we have the riders, we have the bike, we have everything to try to make a step and try to be more competitive all season.
And I'm sure you will be. Best of luck and thank you very much.
A pleasure.
Thank you, Pablo Nieto. Thank you, Conor Doherty. We will be checking back across to Rome one final time to say goodbye very soon, I'm sure. And we are getting towards the end of the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team presentation. Before that, we heard from Frankie Morbidelli, we've heard from Valentino Rossi, we've heard from Uccio, Pablo Nieto. These are all interviews we've played from before the presentation. There's one rider missing, that's Fabio Di Gianantonio. Let's take a listen to what he said earlier.
Third year with the team, with the Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team. Amazing to start our new season, third season together with these new colors. Brighter bike with this yellow that is super fluid this year with the black. I expect to do great races as we ended the year last year in 2025. I hope to have another big growth during the year and fight on the front. Super special to start again with the team with the same staff this year. This is the first time for me in MotoGP, so feeling great and can't wait to join the track. For sure, it's my second year as a Ducati factory rider, so it will be a little different here compared last year. I have more experience. Also, the team has more experience with this situation. So yeah, I think I'm more mature, more ready to understand well what will be a better team for me on the bike and what not. So can't wait to start also with the team, and let's see if we can improve a lot the bike to fight on the top. New livery is amazing. I think it's a lot VR style with this black and yellow. It reminds me on a lot of Vale's helmet, and I think it's much more aggressive, much more racing, so it suits me really good, I think. Super special. Rome is my city. With my bike, my team here is fantastic. For sure, it's a thing that I will remember for forever, and it's also fantastic for the team, I think, as an Italian team. To have the presentation, the launch of the new season in the capital of Italy, in Rome, such an historical city. So really a fabulous thing. Third year.
It is a fabulous thing, I can tell you that. It is a fantastic livery. That's, as Pablo Nieto said, hope it isn't too aggressive and it doesn't catch the eye of the stewards that too much. This is it again. We can just have a look at it one more time. It is very, very nice indeed. The leathers have that nice little fade on them, similar to the Pramac ones. Do keep your comments coming through. We'll try and read them out when we can. But very, very exciting times in the VR46 camp. As Nieto said earlier, 2025 very much a strange one, because at times they were looking like one of the fastest teams out there on the track on one side of the garage, but then struggling to stay in the top 10 on the other. One thing is for sure, Fabio Di Gianantonio will want to go into 2026 injury-free. That's something he wasn't able to do at the start of 2025. As you can see, our MotoGP reporter, Conor Doherty, is still waiting there to sign off one final time. The bike's proving popular in the background. Conor, give us some closing thoughts.
Yeah, the bike's proving very popular indeed here, and you can see why. I mean, I'm sure people have their own opinions, but personally, here in Rome, with St. Peter's Basilica in the distance, there are a few more beautiful sights. These two bikes, the 21 and the 49, these two incredible riders, both so keen to get things underway here for the 2026 season, and I, for one, cannot wait to get started.
Conor, just quickly before you go, you were obviously there in the arena. You were there pitch side. Say, what was the atmosphere like? We had that little bit of music. It seemed like it was quite a happy place to be, but fighting talk as well, coming from the boss Valentino Rossi.
Yeah, absolutely fighting talk, and that music that you heard was actually live. There was an artist in the corner doing all of that by hand with a keyboard and a guitar, playing all the instruments herself, and that was absolutely incredible to see as well. It was a brief presentation, but it was a fantastic presentation in which they spoke about everything that they needed to speak about, and aggression was the key word, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of it on track in 2026 from the VR46 boys as they look to really try and improve on last season. And it's something with what they've said, you have to feel that they believe they're capable of doing, Kiko.
Don't see any reason why not. Did you know I can play the keyboard, Connor? That's why I write emails so quick. Connor, see you at the next one. Thank you very much for joining us. Try not to laugh too hard at my rather cheap sense of humour.
An absolute pleasure.
Goodbye, mate, and hope to see you soon. We are coming to the end of the programme, but before we do that, of course, this is your calendar for 2026. These are our festivals. This is where MotoGP is going to be crisscrossing the world. It all starts in Thailand. We head from the southeast of Asia to South America, Brazil round 2, up to the United States for round 3, and across to the Middle East for round 4. The European tour starts in Jerez. We move on to France, Barcelona, Mugello. Hungary has a new date. That's at the start of June. Brno moves into June from July, like in contrary to last year. The Netherlands, of course, Assen has the final weekend of June. Then it's Germany. Big summer break. We go to the UK, which is back now, Silverstone in August. A couple of weeks off. Then it's Aragon, Misano, Austria. And then it's everyone's favourites, the flyaways. Motegi in Japan, Mandalika on the island of Lombok in Indonesia, Phillip Island in Australia, and our final one, having gone to a land down under, will be Malaysia and Sepang. Portugal at Portimao and Valencia in Spain, our final 2 of 22 in 2026. Tomorrow you can join us from midday for Aprilia, 11:45. We'll be getting underway for that one. It'll be myself again here in MotoGP HQ, but from myself, Kiko Giles, all of our production team here in Barcelona, and of course on site in Rome.